Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new 4K Steelbook release, and it is 2025's The Fantastic Four First Steps. So this is directed by Matt Shackman, who I've not seen anything else from before. Superhero film clocking in at 114 minutes long, had a budget of around 200 million dollars, some say a little bit more than that. Had a box office return of 521.8 million, so a reasonable success, but certainly not quite the highs that Marvel had in previous years. And yeah, stars like Sir Pedro Pascal, who was in The Wild Robot, Gladiator 2, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and Prospect, as well as Vanessa Kirby, who was in two of the Mission Impossible films, as well as Night Always Comes. And finally, Joseph Quinn, who was also in Gladiator 2, as well as A Quiet Place Day 1. So, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing face their most daunting challenge yet as they defend Earth from Galactus and the Silver Surfer. So, quite frankly, this is proof that when you aren't trying to split the focus of the plot between being its own thing and setting up future films, which has cursed many a Marvel film, you can ultimately make a highly engaging, fun, and well executed superhero film, which we quite frankly need more of. I love the aesthetic and overall world building that this has going on. It is bright, colourful, hopeful, but not unrealistic in how its world is depicted. The aesthetic on this is absolutely beautiful. It's retro futuristic, so you have some vehicles that kind of look like old vehicles and maybe like some kind of like concept cars from like the 60s and 70s, but yeah, just all looks really great, and that is helped as well by the production quality, which is on point, while being of a far higher standard than recent prior Marvel films. The cast is also great, the score is excellent, it is well paced, the action scenes are executed effectively, the character interactions are solid, and it overall feels a far more grown-up affair in how it depicts the characters and its themes. It is also worth noting how similar this is to this year's Superman, given that it also looks similar, as that film is also quite bright. Doesn't get bogged down in an origin story, and has our superheroes be questioned by the general public. But unlike that film, this isn't overstuffed with characters, and as far as I'm concerned, uses its running time far better. And yeah, as a result, I think this is my the better of the two films, and yeah, my favourite superhero film of the year so far. If there is any more, I don't know, but yeah, definitely my favourite of the year so far. And yeah, I really like this the look of this 4K steel, but gets across the kind of aesthetic of the film beautifully, and yeah, and it carries on to the rear as well, which you could probably use as well if you were or someone that displays their steelbooks, because there's only a little bit of copyright guff on the bottom here instead of the usual wall of text that you sometimes get. And yeah, inside we have the 4K and the Blu-ray. Now the special features are on the Blu-ray only, but that includes the film as well, obviously. And you have two that are differently printed as well. So we have the spaceship that they use at one point and the robot companion on the back on the Blu-ray, with the really nice color design on the front, in the side even. And yeah, we also have a few art cards as well that are limited to this release itself. So there's nothing on the reverse of these, and these are basically character art cards. So that's Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, The Thing, and their robot companion with the logo on there as well. So yeah, fantastic looking release in terms of the physical aspects, but also a fantastic looking film in terms of the 4K as well. This will look far better on this disc than it ever will on Disney Plus, because yeah, it's not relying on internet, and the bitrate won't be influenced by the internet speed of your internet. So yeah, it's going to look great on the 4K, and yeah, it's just overall a really good, fun, well executed effort. And yeah, like I said, one of my favorite superhero films of the year, and one of my general favorite films of the year as well. Really wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, because obviously we have had two attempts at doing these kind of characters before, with the two in the 2000s, which were decent, but yeah, definitely were lesser superhero films in that 2000s period, which was extremely hit and miss during that period. You have great films like Spider-Man 1 and 2 and Iron Man, but then you had awful films like Elektra and Catwoman and the Wolverine origin story as well as the third X-Men. So yeah, there was a great deal of hit and miss films during that decade, but yeah, the two Fantastic Four ones, even though they weren't the worst of those films in the genre, they were far from the best either. And then we also had the 2010s version, which was even worse than those first two efforts. So yeah, it's great to finally have these characters not only be well executed in terms of their portrayal, but also in a film that is also great in its own right as well. So yeah, highly recommend seeing it if you haven't already. I certainly really enjoyed seeing this at the cinema in the IMAX screen, and yeah, definitely one of the best of the year so far. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.